Hello, my name's Matthew Sly, and I'm the captain of the String of Pearls. In today's episode, we take a look at the weather and see what's going on with that. It's been really rainy. And then we get ready for what turns out to be a really nice evening out on the water. So join us as we see what's going on with String of Pearls charter boat. All right, let's see what's going on with the weather. This rain and wind and everything else we've had, it's been crazy. I don't know if you guys use Mike's weather page or not, but I think that Mike's weather page does the best job of helping you find stuff you need with the weather quickly. And I go there a lot. And I like his podcast too, or his live updates when he goes over stuff. Pretty good stuff. Mike's weather page, spaghettimodels.com. So I'm checking out on here and seeing what's happening. It looks like we've got another front coming through here pretty soon. It's out over Louisiana and Mississippi now, but it looks like it'll be here. I don't know, maybe it'll keep off. It's been windy and rainy and cooler weather. Everybody around here is really ready for spring. I know it'll be here soon enough. I need to stop wishing my life away. The weather is. I think it'll be dry for a couple of days, so that's good. Now we take a look at windy.com to see what the wind is going to do. Wind is really the most, well, it's there's a lot of most difficult things, but wind is something that can be a problem with us. The windier it is, the harder it is to be around the dock. You can have problems docking the String of Pearls in high wind. It's harder to control. So it looks like, though, that this week is going to be a good one for wind. Well, that's good news, because it's been windy as all get out. Yeah, so this all looks pretty promising. I know we've got a group going out on the boat on Tuesday night, and then we've got another group going out on Saturday night, so we've got to make sure they're going to have a good time. It looks like it's going to warm up, too. That's nice. I'm one of those guys that really, it can't get hot enough for me, so the cooler the better. Excuse me, I said that wrong. The hotter the better. I know a lot of you folks out there like the cool weather, but I don't really like it. Man, it is really pouring. Well, it was a second ago. I can't remember the last time I've seen rain that hard. Well, we're going to go down to the boat and see what's going on down there. Maybe the boat made it through okay. After the storm passed and the front blew through, we had to go get fuel. And we went past the Golden Ray, which is a capsized cargo ship, a ro-ro. that is in St. Simon Sound, right outside the channel. There's lots of information to read about this, but this vessel capsized on its way out to sea, and it was the actions of the pilot that really helped save the day. I've touched on this before. What's interesting now is that they're finally getting ready to cut it up, and so they've driven a bunch of pilings and other preparations. You can see all the cranes around it. They've got some kind of a jack-up rig out there, and they'll be using all of that in the very near future to cut this boat up and get it out of here. I don't think that there's been any real significant damage or anything from having the boat over in the harbor, but I will say this: we've seen a lot less dolphins. I have anyway. I don't think they like it. But it's been pretty interesting to see a big maritime salvage operation. They have all kind of safety boats out there all the time. There's one right there in the middle of the screen. If you get too close to it, they'll come and fuss at you a little bit and tell you to move back. So after the front blew through, it was super windy and super choppy. Not sure that you get a really good viewpoint of it here. Waves don't always show up on camera, but you can definitely see how close together everything is. It was sloppy going across St. Simon Sound. But a stunningly beautiful day, no clouds in the sky. But it was cold and it was windy. Not ideal conditions for yours truly. Wind is not my friend. We're headed up the East River here in Brunswick, past all the shrimp boats. Pretty cool to see everything. They have a big festival in May with the blessing of the fleet. We look forward to that. We'll come and join that. And we're actually about to go up on the railway that's right over there. They'll pull the boat out of the water and we'll repaint the hull. That should be in the next couple of weeks, so I think that's the railway right there actually. And you'll be able to watch that. This is what it looks like from the air. And it's a good place to hide in a hurricane hole. I now want to show you a little bit what it's like with the tide coming in. There are big tides here, and this is going to give you an example about how much it moves. Look on the piling that you see right there, and you see that black water mark. That marks where the piling is, where the water level is at high tide. And where we are right now is at low tide. And so you'll see over the next little bit how strong the tide comes in here. I think this was about a 6.5 foot tide today. Maybe 7 feet. As the afternoon went on, we started getting ready for the night's charter. There's lots of things that we have to do on a daily basis. Make sure that the deck is clean. Make sure that everything is in the right place. So we spent a little time doing that. Meanwhile, the current is just ripping in. You can see on the piling now the difference between high tide and low tide. The far bank is covered, and we're now just about high tide as compared to low tide. That camera is sitting probably about 6 feet above the water line, 6.5 feet, and so you see at about a 6.5 foot tide. So after getting everything ready, it's off on our charter.
Hopefully we're about to get into some wildlife, like some dolphins and some birds.
This was a surprise birthday party for someone who was turning 70, and everybody had a great time. As you can see, it was still really windy, but the wind was blowing out of the west, and it didn't really bother us all that much. We decided to go up the Frederica River, where we were out of the wind, or at least it didn't affect us.
Thank you. Awesome. Okay.
So I brought you up. Okay, so this is all beef tenderloin. I got you the pieces I've already cut up. So
Okay, great.
And that's pesto aioli.
Oh,
If you want
awesome.
horseradish, I can bring it up. But
Okay.
And then this is the pork tenderloin, and that's honey mustard or North Carolina barbecue sauce. And then
Okay,
that's the
great.
best.
Awesome.
Charles got one thing right now. He already ate some.
So try that and see how you like it. Are you
Doors up.
from this area?
What's the same thing?
Here's some of the stuff that she's talking about.
No, I don't have
Chef MB does a great job with the food on the boat. We eat pretty good. We like to have a little food around, keep people happy.
Is it good?
So I'll show you a little bit about our route today. This is where our boat lives, right here. That's where our boat is docked. And where we're going to go, this is the Frederica River going out into St. Simon Sound. We have to go all out past these markers here. Around this, as you can see, it's pretty shallow right here. We can't make it across this bar, so we go out around here into the intercoastal waterway. This is called the McKay River. We go underneath this bridge, across this sound called the Manhead Sound, and up into the Frederica River. And it goes up to historic Fort Frederica, which is located right here. And then in this case, what we did was we went all the way up the Frederica River and rejoined the McKay River, turn left, and come back south, back down the McKay River, all the way back to home. This is a great route, one that we really like doing. As you could hear, the guests are all having a great time. I love to have them sit up on the bridge with me and tell me their stories about the water, how they would go out and things that happened. People have a real connection with the water and with boats from either childhood or growing up or even their experiences as adults. Being on the water seems to do that for people. It certainly does it for me. And it's one of my favorite places to be, if not my most favorite place. Even on a day like this, which is not, for me anyway, ideal with too much wind, the sunset today was absolutely spectacular. The guests had a great time. Especially the birthday girl, 70 years young. And it was really time well spent. I'm really looking forward to the next couple of weeks when we'll haul the boat, paint the bottom, and start getting our projects ready. As we get into the warmer weather and into the spring, we'll begin to do some of the things coming up that are so important to making sure that String of Pearls is around for a long, long time to come. Here are some photographs that we took last year when we hauled the boat out. And as you can see, there's a lot of bottom area to paint and a lot of work to do. So stay tuned with us as we really get into some of these projects and start making the much needed improvements to String of Pearls. Thanks for watching, and don't forget, if you like these videos, please subscribe, give us a like, do the things that really help out the channel. We want to keep making these videos and we want to keep restoring this boat, and anything you could do to help would be greatly appreciated. That's probably the easiest thing that you can do, is just subscribe or give us a like. Those things really matter. Thanks again, and join us again, if you can, as we continue to restore the String of Pearls.